A caped superhero is flying his ship through outer space. He monologues about how he'll stop the evil Dr. Skull's plans. An announcer can be heard introducing the hero who is faster than lightning and stronger than the exploding sun, Captain Blasto. The Captain Blasto show is being filmed in front of a live studio audience. The audience that includes Stu, Drew, Angelica, and Chuckie. Blasto welcomes the viewers to another episode in the show's 35-year run. Before the episode can start, he asks for a volunteer from the audience. Angelica is chosen. She introduces herself to Blasto. He asks for a new cadet if she wants to see him fly. Angelica says yes, while the crew members hook Blasto up to a rope and pulley system. Blasto activates his powers, signaling the crew to pull the rope with the help of the strongest crew member. This sends Blasto flying and screaming around the set. He eventually crashes to land back near Angelica and asks her if she thought the spectacle is amazing. She agrees, but adds it would be even more amazing if he didn't need a rope to fly. Blasto swiftly pushes her out, telling the viewers that it's time to recite the Blasto code. While stars above are burning bright, no villain shall escape my might. Whether morning, noon, or dead of night, it's Captain Blasto, wrong or right. After the show, Stu and Drew are driving the kids home. Chuckie has received a nice door prize, a rubber ball that looks like Earth. While Stu and Drew gush over how great the show was, Chuckie asks Angelica if Captain Blasto is a real superhero. Angelica tells him the superheroes aren't real, that Captain Blasto is just a smelly old man. Back at Tommy's house, Stu is showing Drew his new inflatable armchair. He finishes blowing it up, but they're interrupted by Dee Dee screaming. She accidentally put her exercise machine into high gear and isn't able to stop until Stu shuts it off. Dee Dee catches her breath while Angelica approaches. Dee Dee asks her niece if Captain Blasto is thrilling. Angelica sarcastically responds he was, "If you like old fat guys who wear their underwear on the outside." Dee Dee decides to take Angelica to the kitchen for a drink of hot cocoa. Meanwhile, the babies ask Chuckie about Captain Blasto. Chuckie tells him that Blasto is the greatest hero ever, but that Angelica said superheroes aren't real. Other babies disagree, and Chuckie sees their point. He points out that without superheroes, no one would save the world and it was in danger. He shows the babies his world ball, but is quickly taken by Angelica. Chuckie tries standing up to Angelica, but he falls to his knees and cries. Angelica teases him and leaves with the toy. Tommy and the twins try to comfort Chuckie. Chuckie says if he were a superhero, he'd teach Angelica a lesson. Tommy then gets an idea. Maybe Chuckie is a superhero, and Chuckie is his secret identity. Chuckie is unsure of this and sees missing something. All superheroes have a magic cape. Later, the babies had dressed Chuckie into a mismatch of clothing items with a blue towel for a cape. They said to test out Captain Chuckie's powers. They tell him to get his super sight to see through the kitchen wall. After a few tries, Chuckie eventually guesses correctly. Dee Dee and Betty are in the kitchen having coffee. The babies are amazed and move on to the next test. Phil figures that if Captain Blasto can move a planet on his own, Captain Chuckie can lift an armchair. Chuckie denies this, but to everyone's surprise, he lifts the inflatable armchair over his head. Chuckie still doesn't feel like he's a superhero and accidentally gets his cape snagged on the chair's air valve. Air starts leaking from the valve, causing the chair to deflate. But the babies think Chuckie is melting the chair with heat vision. They decide that it's time for the final superhero test. Captain Chuckie needs to fly. Again, Chuckie denies that he has superpowers. He stands up on the exercise machine and accidentally sets it off. The pedal of the machine sends Chuckie flying over the baby's head and onto the deflated armchair. Tommy, Phil, and Lil all cheer for their friend, and Chuckie finally believes he's a superhero. Angelica arrives and calls Chuckie a stupid hero. She has the world ball in her hands. Captain Chuckie leaps into action, demanding the world back from the bully. Angelica makes fun of Chuckie's costume and challenges him to try and take the ball from her. He chases her around the room but loses his cape in the process. The other babies are unsure that Chuckie will win the fight. Without the magic cape, Captain Chuckie recites his own version of the Blasto code, fumbling a few of the words in the process. Angelica laughs at him again, and while she is distracted, Chuckie shoves her onto a toy fire truck. The truck rolls backward into the wall, making Angelica let go off the world ball, which bounces off her head. She cries and runs away as the ball bounces back over to Chuckie. Chuckie is happy that he saved the world from Angelica, but the babies point out that Chuckie was not actually Captain Chuckie since he lost his cape at the start of the fight. He beat Angelica with his own Chuckie power. Chuckie is pleased with this and tosses the cape aside, saying that he can be strong and brave without it. The other babies congratulate him and run off to play. Before joining his friends, Chuckie puts the cape back on just in case. He rushes outside, ready to protect the world. Tommy and Chuckie watch Spike play near the garbage outside. They wonder what it's like for him since he will get all the fun. Around the same time, Dee Dee, Stu, and Lou begin to watch The Merminator, a science fictional music film which the bald guy gave thumbs up. Lou jokingly bets that the fat guy hated it. As the film begins, Lou hears Spike wanting to come in and proceeds to open the door for him. Over a few minutes' time, the three adults smell something very unsanitary. Dee Dee had just changed Tommy and Chuckie's diapers recently, and Stu took out the garbage jar, so it's neither of them. Soon they learn the smell is coming from Spike. Dee Dee searches through the yellow pages in her phone book for a dog groomer to clean Spike. Tommy and Chuckie overhear and think that dog grooming sounds pretty scary. Later that morning, after Phil and Lil come over, a storm forms. Tommy tells his friends what he thinks a dog groomer does. After they hear the doorbell ring, the babies hide, thinking it's the Broomer. It's actually Bernie, the woodcutter, who is called to take care of the Pickles tree stump. Soon after Stu answers it, the babies are relieved. The bell rings again, and before Tommy can hide along with his friends, Stu picks him up. Again, Stu answers the door, and an insurance salesman named Alan Murphy comes by to offer the Pickles family protection. As the babies again come out of the hiding in relief, Chuckie's getting pretty tired. The bell rings yet again. This time, Dee Dee answers. Ilsa Umlaut, the dog groomer, arrives right on time. As Dee Dee talks to Miss Umlaut about the weather today when allowing her in, Ms. Umlaut replies that this would be considered beach weather in Helsinki. As soon as they enter the kitchen, Ms. Umlaut shows Dee Dee a book of dog styles to choose from, like the Short Stinker Special, the Dreaded Dreadlocks, and the Dong King. After consideration, Dee Dee chooses the Trident, which she states is adorable. Spike yipes in fear when seeing this and runs upstairs. Chuckie, Phil, and Lil think Miss Umlaut's nice rather than mean, but Tommy feels he needs to save Spike. As Tommy goes upstairs, Dee Dee picks him up. Miss Umlaut ties Spike to the kitchen table after finding him in the bedroom. After she shows Dee Dee the doggy hairdryer with heat lamps, the puppy steamer, and the spinning doggy lathe for easy clipping, which the babies all think are weapons, Dee Dee thinks it's too much work. Ms. Umlaut assures her that she thinks of it as fun. Sue calls Dee Dee to the study about the insurance protection Mr. Murphy's offering. The babies think of a plan to keep Ms. Umlaut from brooming Spike. After some convincing from Lil, Tommy finds Spike's chew toy and puts it in Spike's place. Ms. Umlaut sees the toy in the tub and chases after Tommy and Spike. After reaching a dead end, Spike pushes Ms. Umlaut into the tub. After hearing Ms. Umlaut screaming, Stu, Dee Dee, and Mr. Murphy rush into the kitchen, and it's then that Ms. Umlaut admits that she hates dogs and decides to quit dog grooming altogether. She then tells Dee Dee she went to beauty school in Stockholm to be a hairdresser. Dee Dee pays her a tip anyway to try ease her emotional pain. After being paid, Ms. Umlaut loses the European accent and says the tip is a start. Mr. Murphy then runs off with the bill Stu signed. The babies celebrate their victory against the Broomer and hope she doesn't come back. Spike kisses Tommy after he tells him that he's been broomed for the last time.